What if I told you that everything you struggle with, feeling stuck, doubting yourself, or chasing goals that always feel out of reach, might actually be based on a set of invisible rules you never consciously chose? Imagine discovering that the very blueprint you're following in life was quietly handed to you by society, by your past, or even by your own fears. It's a bit like waking up in the middle of a board game you never agreed to play, except the rules are written in invisible ink, and up until now, you haven't realized you could rewrite them. Trust me, this realization is more than just an aha moment. It's that mind-blowing jolt that makes you question every limit you've ever accepted. But here's the crazy part. You've had the power to rewrite these rules all along. You just didn't know it. By the end of this video, you're going to see exactly how. We'll talk about these hidden laws that shape your life, why some people seem to break free and thrive, and how you can do the same starting today. So, are you ready to uncover the hidden rules that have been holding you back? Let's jump in. The illusion of a fixed reality. Have you ever felt like life's obstacles are carved in stone? That there's a certain path you're supposed to follow, study hard, get a safe job, put your dreams on hold, and settle for what you can get? It's almost as if these guidelines were announced on a loudspeaker the day you were born. But here's the truth no one tells you. Those so-called facts about how the world works. They're more like opinions dressed up as laws. They're hand-me-down beliefs you've been wearing like an old sweater that doesn't really fit. From your parents, to your teachers, to your social circle, everyone's been knitting that sweater's pattern, and you've never stopped to question whether you even like wearing it. The idea that reality is set in stone is the biggest illusion of all. In fact, reality is more like clay, soft, moldable, and waiting for you to give it shape. The question is, are you ready to roll up your sleeves and start sculpting? Why some people soar while others stay grounded. Ever wonder why some people crush every goal they set, while others can't seem to catch a break? Here's the secret. It's not about working harder, being a genius, or winning the genetic lottery. It's about mindset, specifically, the set of beliefs running on autopilot in your head. Think about it like driving a car. If your mental GPS is programmed to, "I'm not good enough," then every opportunity you pass looks too risky or out of reach, and you'll steer away from it without even noticing. Meanwhile, someone whose GPS is set to everything is figure-out able, will spot openings left and right. They'll shift lanes, take detours, and keep moving until they reach a place you never even realized existed. The core difference is how they perceive the road. If you believe it's full of traps and dead ends, it will be. If you see it as an adventure full of hidden routes, you'll find them. It sounds like magic, but it's really just how our brains are wired to filter what's around us. Your brain as a filter. Meet the bouncer in your mind. Picture your mind as an exclusive nightclub with a big burly bouncer at the door. This bouncer is your Reticular Activating System, RAS. Its job? To decide which thoughts get in and which get kicked to the curb. And here's the catch. The bouncer only lets in thoughts or opportunities that match your current beliefs. Let's say you develop a belief that you're bad at math. Suddenly, that bouncer tosses out any bits of evidence that might prove otherwise. A passing mention of a math contest you could ace. Sorry, that's out. A tutor offering help? The bouncer's not letting that in either. Meanwhile, any struggle or mistake you make in math class gets welcomed right inside, reinforcing your belief that you're just not cut out for it. But what if you flipped the script? What if you decided, I can learn anything if I put in the time? Now your mental bouncer is looking for proof of that new reality. That tough math problem you solved last month? Come on in. That friend who improved their grade with a bit of practice? Yup, that's more evidence you can do it too. The moment you shift your beliefs, your RAS shifts, which facts it pays attention to. The hand-me-down rules you never questioned. Now, Let's talk about the rules most of us are living by. Chances are you didn't write them. They've been passed down from your family, your teachers, or even your circle of friends. They might look like: you have to work 9 to 5 to be successful. Money is always scarce. If I fail once, that means I'm not cut out for this. But who decided these are the rules you have to follow? It's like inheriting an ancient cookbook full of boring, bland recipes. You didn't choose them, but you keep using them because, hey, that's what everyone in your family has always cooked. Meanwhile, there's a world of flavor out there, just waiting for you to experiment spices, sauces, and dishes you can create yourself. So why stick to the same old rules? Sometimes, all it takes is the courage to say, no thanks. I'll make my own recipe. Recognizing the beliefs that weigh you down. Before you can shed old rules, you've got to spot them. It's like carrying a backpack stuffed with bricks, but you've been wearing it for so long you forgot it was there. Every step feels heavy, but you assume that's just how walking is. So, here's a quick exercise. Grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Write down one area of your life where you're feeling totally stuck. Maybe it's finances, relationships, or a passion project you can't seem to start. Ask yourself, what belief am I carrying that keeps me locked in place? Write down the very first thought that pops into your mind. Chances are, you'll find a rule like I can't earn more money because I'm not qualified, or I'll never have the relationship I want because I'm not deserving. Once it's named, you can decide whether it's actually true or just a story you've been telling yourself. Is this real or just a story? One of the simplest but most powerful questions you can ask yourself is this: is this belief fact or fiction? Most of the time, you'll realize your facts are just stories you've replayed so often they feel real. For instance, maybe you believe you're too old or too young to start a new career. But you could easily find people your age who have done it if you actually looked. Or perhaps you think you're not smart enough for your dream field. That's only a self-imposed rule if you haven't even tried to gain the skills or knowledge to get started. Challenge the story. Look for counterexamples. You'll be surprised at how quickly your truths fall apart. Rewriting the script, creating your own rulebook. Now let's talk about crafting new beliefs, because once you knock down the old ones, you want to replace them with something empowering. Think of it like renovating a house. You wouldn't tear out the old moldy carpet and leave the floors bare. You'd bring in fresh, polished wood or plush new carpeting that makes you feel at home. How do you do that? Identify the old rule. For example, I'll never be successful because I didn't go to college. Create the opposite, empowering statement. I'm resourceful and I can learn any skill I need to succeed. Reinforce it daily. Every morning, read your new rule out loud. Yes, it might feel silly, but that's just your comfort zone freaking out because you're stretching it. Reality is a choose-your-own-adventure book. Think back to those old, choose-your-own-adventure novels, where at the end of each page, you decide if the hero goes left or right, climbs the mountain or explores the cave. Your choice changes the entire plot. Life works the same way, only we often forget we have a choice at all. Remember that you can flip to a new chapter anytime. If the storyline you're in feels cramped and limiting, it might be time to make a different choice. This could be as dramatic as changing your job or as subtle as deciding to wake up an hour earlier for some self-care. The point is, you are the author of this adventure, not just a character acting out lines in someone else's script. The mirror of your outer world. Here's something to blow your mind. Your external circumstances are like a mirror reflecting what's going on inside you. If you look at your life and don't like what you see, maybe it's a toxic relationship, a draining job, or constant financial stress, that mirror is just showing you the internal beliefs, fears, or patterns you're carrying. This might sound harsh, but it's actually fantastic news. Why? Because to change what shows up in the mirror, you don't have to argue with the reflection. You just have to transform the source. Work on reshaping your beliefs and changing your emotions, and watch as your outer world begins to shift, almost as if by magic. Clearing out emotional static. We all carry emotional baggage, resentments, regrets, fears that acts like static in a radio frequency. If your mind were a broadcast, these negative emotions would be the static drowning out your intentions. You can't tune into a new station clearly if the static is too loud. It's time to clear that noise. One way to do this is by consciously letting go of old emotions. Maybe that means writing a letter you'll never send, releasing your anger or hurt onto paper instead of at a person. Maybe it's practicing forgiveness for yourself or for someone else. This process is like decluttering a junky closet so that fresh new energy can fill that space. It might not happen overnight, but every piece of emotional baggage you toss makes your signal that much clearer. A daily practice to shift your vibration. Okay, so you've got the idea that beliefs shape your reality, and you're learning how to replace limiting ones. But how do you keep this momentum going daily? Here's a super simple routine. Think of it as a 10-minute mindset reset that you can do each morning. Gratitude burst, 2 minutes. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Nothing is too big or small. It could be your supportive friend or just the fact that you woke up feeling energized. Let that gratitude soak into your mood. Create your scene, 3 minutes. Close your eyes and imagine your life exactly how you want it. Feel the joy or relief as if it's already real. The stronger the emotion, the more powerful the effect on your brain. Set an intention, 1 minute. Pick one key word or phrase for the day, something like opportunity, courage, or peace. Remind yourself of that word whenever you feel stressed. Affirm your new rule, 2 minutes. Say your newly crafted empowering belief out loud. If your old rule was, I can't manage money, your new rule is I have the discipline and creativity to grow my finances. Plan a quick action step, 2 minutes. Decide on one small action aligned with your new belief. Maybe it's researching a new skill on YouTube or reaching out to a potential mentor. The key is to do something tangible to ground your new mindset in reality. Repeat this mini routine for at least a week. You'll notice your energy, focus, and overall outlook start to transform. Surround yourself with people who get it. We are social creatures, and like sponges, we absorb the energy of those around us. If your circle consists of chronic complainers and pessimists, guess what vibe you'll start soaking up? On the flip side, if you're hanging out with people who dream big, who take risks, and who see possibilities everywhere, you'll start calibrating to that frequency. It's not about ditching your old friends overnight, but it is about being mindful. Seek out communities online or offline, where growth is celebrated, where impossible is just another word for, I haven't tried that yet. This kind of environment boosts your commitment to your new rules, keeping you accountable, even on the days you feel like slipping back into old patterns. Using fear as your compass. Let's talk about fear for a second. Most of us treat fear like a stop sign. Oh, I'm nervous, so I should probably turn around. But what if you treated fear like a spotlight instead? The minute you feel that anxious butterfly in your stomach, it's illuminating something important, some next level challenge that could lead to incredible growth if you step toward it. Picture a video game. The biggest rewards usually lie behind the toughest opponents. Fear is just that boss battle you need to beat to unlock new levels. So the next time you feel fear, ask yourself if it's pointing you toward a breakthrough. Often, the scariest path leads to the treasure chest you've been looking for. Action, the bridge between thought and reality. You've probably heard the phrase thoughts become things, but it's missing a crucial piece, action. Thoughts alone can inspire you, and beliefs can give you direction, but action is the engine that makes them real. Think of it like building a fire. Your desire is the spark, your belief is the fuel, but you still need to strike the match, to set it all ablaze. No match, no fire, no matter how much fuel you have. So, what's the match in your life? It's the phone call you've been avoiding, the application you've been too nervous to submit, or the first few words of that book you've always wanted to write. The beauty is that once you take one small action, momentum builds. You become more confident, your belief solidifies, and that in turn fuels even bigger actions. Before you know it, you're unstoppable. Small wins snowball into massive change. It's easy to think we need massive leaps to transform our lives. The truth, big results often come from a chain reaction of small, consistent wins. Making your bed every morning, writing a single paragraph a day, or setting aside just $10 into savings. These tiny victories might seem trivial in isolation, but collectively, they train your brain to trust you. They prove that yes, you are someone who can follow through. Over time, these wins are like snowflakes gathering on a hill, slowly forming a snowball that gathers speed and size. Eventually, you have an avalanche of positive change. So start small, but start now. Don't underestimate the power of the tiniest step in your desired direction, recognizing the quantum leap moments. At some point, all these small shifts align your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions lock into place. That's when you experience what people often call a quantum leap. It feels like you jump from one level of existence to a much higher one, without all the incremental steps in between. Maybe a job offer lands in your inbox out of the blue. Maybe an unexpected conversation leads to a major breakthrough. Or you simply wake up one morning and realize your entire mindset has upgraded, allowing you to handle challenges with a calm confidence you never had before. These quantum leaps aren't random. They're the result of all your inner work finally culminating. When you're in alignment, life shifts in ways that can appear almost magical, building a no-going-back mindset. Ever try a new diet or workout routine only to quit a few weeks later? Or promise you'll practice guitar daily, then forget the plan by the weekend? It's so common that we start strong and then fall off track. The key to avoiding this trap is making the decision that there's no going back. When you commit at a deep soul level beyond wishful thinking, it feels like crossing a bridge and then burning it behind you. You eliminate the option of turning around. This might mean publicly declaring your goals or putting money on the line. It might mean removing temptations or actively telling friends, "Hold me to this." That sense of irrevocable commitment keeps your new reality growing stronger by the day. Embrace the ongoing journey. Here's the ultimate twist. There is no final destination where you become perfect and never need to grow again. Life is an endless series of expansions and next chapters. If you treat your transformation as a one-time event, you'll get stuck the moment you hit a plateau. But if you see it as a constant evolving dance, then every challenge becomes a chance to learn new steps. This shift in perspective reduces the pressure to arrive. Instead, you start enjoying the climb. Every day is a fresh opportunity to question old limits, form new beliefs, and take bold actions that re-sculpt your reality. Keep your fire lit even when it's tough. Tough days will come. You might lose motivation or face unexpected setbacks. This doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're human. What matters is how you respond. Do you let the tough day define you? Or do you remember that you're in the process of writing new rules? If you stumble, pick yourself up by revisiting the foundational steps. Check in with your beliefs. Is fear sneaking back in? Refresh your daily practices, gratitude, visualization, and small wins. Lean on your support system. Reach out to those high-energy connections who remind you why you started. Overcoming obstacles is how you build resilience, and resilience keeps the fire alive when the winds of doubt blow through. Take a moment to look back at everything we've covered. We started by exposing the invisible rules, the beliefs and assumptions you never questioned. We explored how your brain filters reality, how to clear out negative energy, and how consistent action stokes the flames of transformation. But if there's one takeaway you remember, let it be this: you are the author. You have the pen in your hand. Even if your story so far has been dictated by fear or outside influences, you get to turn the page. You get to rewrite the rules and craft a new chapter that genuinely reflects who you are and what you want. So here's your final challenge. Start right now. Don't just watch this video and move on. Put the pen to the paper of your life, literally or metaphorically. Rewrite one limiting rule, speak one empowering belief, take one bold action. That's all it takes to start the chain reaction. If this message lit a spark inside you, let me know by dropping a comment about what rule you're going to break first. And if you're ready for more guidance on building your new reality, be sure to subscribe. We're in this journey together, and I promise you, once you realize you're the one creating the rules, nothing can hold you back.